just here to kind of explain the thought process. As a pro who's been doing this for quite a while, which Cody Flom and I have been doing this for quite some time. I remember like kind of both of our, not first, but getting into it early stages, we were doing that together for sure.
Yeah. We kind of have similar minds, to be honest. When we're riding in contests, we both try to stay as calm as possible.
It's tricky.
And honestly, just like stay in your own lane and not let everything else get to you. You know, just stay calm.
So for you, I know I have my own ways to like, get my mind off of the comp, and I find that to actually help a lot. Do you find to actually just not think about the comp to be helpful?
Yeah,
Totally. Yeah, it's true.
And honestly, when you're watching other people's runs, to be honest, that throws you off a little bit.
Yeah.
You just have to do your own thing. That's like the easiest way of putting it. Obviously, there's a lot more details and like thoughts that go into it. You just have to prepare yourself beforehand, before you get to the contest. Say, this is how I'm gonna act, and this is how I'm gonna think, and then you do that.
Absolutely, yeah.
So
make what you're thinking become relevant.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess it's just a long time until you figure that out, huh?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it's been. Like Cody and I have been doing this for a while now, like I said, and it's taken this long to get to the point where we know what it takes to not necessarily win a comp, but we know what it takes to be healthy and strong at the day of the comp. Drink the water the day before so your hands aren't sweating. It's cold here. It's cold here, so your eyes are watering. So it's all these little things you got to be thinking about for sure. And that doesn't even bring into consideration the park.
Yeah, the park. To be honest, sometimes you can't anticipate the park. Ride all you can. You better have, for me, I have almost set tricks that I have for contests.
You already have them before you show up to the comp.
Exactly. If I might not even have my line. I'll figure out my line once I get there, but I have the tricks that I want to do already in my head beforehand, so that way I can be practicing those tricks, make sure I got them dialed, and then I can adapt once I get to the skate park.
And so you said that's probably one of the most important things, huh? Having that base structure before you actually even enter the thing you're trying to do.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So the question that everyone does wonder is, can pros actually be friends? Can pros get along while they know that they've got a $4,000 cash prize on the line? The answer is
no.
Absolutely not. We're all homies. It's all good.
Yeah.
This sport is awesome in the sense that everyone's just got each other's backs. We're here to have fun. That's what it's all about. I think honestly that helps with just because we're in the early stages of scootering, it's still just about kind of the fun and about having a good time, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we're all just kids in a sense, just doing what we like, and all of a sudden we're sponsors want to send us across the ocean or across the country to do what we like to do. Yeah. It's like, whoa.
How could you not have a good time doing that?
For real. Yeah. Don't get so caught up in the money or whatever,
exactly.
Winning.
And we've been I know I've been there. I know I've been in the position where it's I'm here to win the money, and I find, as you probably know, I find that to be worse.
Yeah.
You get there and you have a small vision of what you want. When you have these kids that you could be talking to and inspiring and all these other things. Yeah. Which Cody's really good at. Cody's really good at inspiring the youth, and that's what it's always been about for him and I, to be honest, because that's what it's all about. We did our work, and now we can help them to skip all the roadblocks that we had.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of I don't know if paving the way is the correct way to put it, but we've gone through it, a lot of the struggles.
Absolutely.
And I see Chris too, I don't know, he's come out of his shell the past year. Especially this year, I've seen him actually pursuing the younger generation and saying, hey, do it this way, this way's better, obviously not like that, but helping them out, because that's what it's all about. It's growing the sport, because without the sport, all of us are just a bunch of scooter kids.
The centerpiece, I hear.
So what would be your top 5 tips for young riders going into comps?
5 tips.
The first one I'm gonna say sounds generic, but just have fun.
Yeah.
It sounds generic, but it took me a long time to really realize what that meant, and you kind of have to realize what that means for you. But for me, it just meant I'm here to do what I was doing in the beginning, which was just riding, just doing my best, and that's why I have those little cards, and you throw a little quote on them, and my quote is just beat yourself. And I see all these kids worrying about, oh, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's doing that gap, I should be doing that gap. It's you show up, you do what you think is best for yourself, and then you see if that's enough. And if it isn't, figure out what you need to do next time.
Yep. Yeah, you just competing with yourself. That's what I guess tip number 2 would be.
I'd say that's the best way to actually be able to stay friends too.
Yeah.
It's I don't care that Cody can do so much that I can't do. It's we can just ride off of each other's skills, and when we do ride together, it's really nice because we both progress on the other person. But it's kind of scary because we'll learn quickly when we ride together, so we don't want to do it too much. Otherwise, I'll be doing all the untwist crap, and you'll be doing all the other stuff.
Rails and crap that.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but you're like he said, you're trying to beat yourself. You compete against yourself. I mean, a lot of the scootering community knows I'm a Christian, and I go off what my life is based on the standards of the Bible, and in the Bible it says to not compare yourself. And like honestly, in competitions, that's like huge key. If you're comparing yourself, you're like you trip yourself up, and like mentally, like if you're not ready mentally, you're not ready physically. Even if you've been training for the past 2 years for this very day, if you're thinking, crap, he's doing that trick, how am I gonna beat that? You're not gonna beat it because you don't think you can. If you think you can, and if you've really put in the work, then you're solid. Don't compare yourself. Stay in your own lane. Do your thing.
I like that a lot. Yeah. that reminds me of like the track racing, when you're racing on the track and you look at the other person.
Oh, yep.
That's slowing you down, man. You gotta keep it. You gotta keep it forwards, right?
Yeah, that's a perfect metaphor.
Tip number 3 for competition competing, I would say, is your body. Keep it strong. Keep it healthy. Eat the food you know you should be eating. If you're having a lot of greasy foods, a lot of fats before a competition, you're gonna be weighed down quite a bit during your run. So you want to be thinking about all these different variables that could be helping your number score go up and up. I know Cody and I have definitely been in this position where you lose by like 0.2 or something, and you're like, I could have done a bar spin, like I could have
just add tricks.
And a lot of times it comes back to maybe you didn't sleep a lot the night before, maybe you weren't drinking enough water, you weren't quite at your A game. So it's important to try to find yourself at your A game on comp day, and it's a long process to figure out how to do that. But if you start trying, you'll figure it out earlier than we did if you just don't even think about it, and then it eventually comes to you and you're like, I have to be doing this.
Yeah, it's second nature. Yeah, and for contest riding, I guess tip number 4 would be that I've realized, just like from my experience in riding, watching a lot of my friends hit the podium, is when you're actually planning your run, don't stop. It's like, and that comes, like body conditioning comes into play with that, because it's like, think of it, it's a 1-minute sprint. You're sprinting for a minute straight. You don't stop, you know? And if you need a breath, planning your run, okay, I'm not gonna stop my momentum and just like stand still to catch my breath. I'm gonna have half a second or 1 second of, okay, I'm riding from this ramp to this ramp. I gotta control my breathing. Yeah, control your breathing and take as much oxygen as you possibly can, get your energy back up, and make sure like you're able to maintain your speed in all of this.
Absolutely. That one breath is key.
Oh yeah.
A lot of times 100%. You won't be able to get that breath because you got 4 tricks lined up in a row, and that 1 second is very important just to get that.
Yeah. Don't overdo it. I mean, I guess unless you have another one, I have number 5 too.
Absolutely.
For planning my run, I've been competing for like 4 years, and to be honest, like summer of 2017, I podiumed in more contests than I ever did before. And I realized like what I was doing beforehand was I was overestimating myself. I was like thinking I was like this amazing world champion rider. I mean, that's good, but you have to know your limits. You have to know how good you are. Understand your skills and don't overdo it.
And that's not wrong at all. It's not wrong at all to believe in yourself and to know your power and to know how to wield it. It's not bad at all. A lot of people might be like, oh, cocky. As long as you don't expose it, as long as you're not walking up and down the competition scene going like, I'm the best, like I'm the man, I'm gonna take the win, I'm gonna take the dub. I do that to Cody all the time just because I don't care, and it's funny. And he makes funny jokes back, so it's like whatever. And it's fun to be with people that don't care. It's fun to be with people that are like, you know what, we're here to have a good time. We know that we're both really good. We both put in a lot of work for this, and it's like we both have the same goal here. Exactly. And I'm totally content looking up at Cody, and he's gonna be totally content looking at me. The funny thing is, we're both gonna be looking up at John.
All right, last question. Who's winning Worlds?
Who's winning Worlds? I think. Oh man.
I think basically Worlds. You have to understand this. No matter who wins, I mean, there's really like. I don't know. I know it's like whoever wins Worlds is the world champion or whatever. He's the best rider in the world. Like, there's no such thing. It's just one contest day, You might be having an off day. You might have not prepped properly. It's just one contest. Anyone could possibly win. What if everyone else falls, And you're just doing tail whips. Like, you're world champion, but like at the same time, you're just another rider. We're all doing the same thing. We're all trying to get the same goal, obviously, but I don't know. Worlds is just kind of.
It's a title.
It's just one day, and it's just a title.
You want the title, you want to be the world champion, but you also have King of Kings. Like you got King of Kings out there, which is which is way more intense than world champion, because he's hitting all 3 different elements of skating. He's got the bowl, the OG skate style, the carving the coping, he's got the rails, he's got the street style, and he's also got the park style. That's Richard Zlink I'm talking about, one of my teammates. Like, if you're really gonna be like best in the world, like I would assume that you would go to that competition first.
Yeah.
But because it has such a rep, it has such like just a high standard of expectation. Like Cody was saying, I'd say the hardest thing, and this is probably the most important tip, is you will never be the way you want to be at a comp. It's never like, I am strong, I am healthy, I am focused, I got this run. It's like, my toe hurts, my like hair's slapping me in the face, my hands are sweaty, like, you know, I couldn't sleep last night because I had some butterflies maybe, like, all these things come into play. And like Cody was saying, Worlds is a long journey. You got to go through a lot of different qualifiers, a lot of different comps, just to get to that 1 minute run that you want to have. It's, the odds are slim for sure.
Yeah.
So plan it out, you know, you can figure it out. It's not, you can't figure it out 100%, like, oh, on March 2nd, I'm going to be this way. You can't figure it out 100%, but you can definitely shoot for it and get close to that. And that's, you know, that's my last tip. I know I already brought that up, but that's, I want you guys to really understand that one, because I think that one's really important. I think that's a good note to end it on, yeah?
Yeah, I think so too.
All right, thanks for
There you
coming.
have it.
Appreciate it, man. Hope that was beneficial for you guys. Yeah, I want you guys to have a wonderful day, all right?
Yeah.